Fatu. And Mateo breaks it up at the last second.
Let's turn it into a logging now, but this Jim's back. Wants to leave in the score.
Trying to take care of it for a moment. Big Jim breaks free and does deliver the super kick.
Out here protected.
Immediately or otherwise rolling. First time this movie has shown at WrestleMania. The question is, why is Roman Reigns here? Immediately or otherwise, rope toss. Big Jim revving it up. Over the top.
Like that. That's it. Nice.
Yeah, but nobody knows the toes inside. You got the toes. Mom said mom.
That's not.
Let's chase Mateo. Oh, man, Fatu comes flying out.
Fatu with a dive of his own. What is there that Jacob Fatu cannot do? I'm still waiting for the answer.
Gets out of the way and delivers a super kick of his own. And now the all too familiar sight of that Samoan spike. Oh, but it is countered. Fatu counters it and counter DDT. Fatu's laying it up. He moves up by Fatu. Sweep Watch out!
Of this absolute fixing.
Man, he's just annihilating and clearing our announcement.
If your feet burn and tingle, these three myths are the real cause of your pain. If you have
Mine, go put your food downstairs, buddy.
The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Adebayo with the ball. The putback.
That's why when people was like, yeah, you got black belt. I got 66 guaranteed. You gotta talk me off the couch.
For those kind of big-time plays.
Like, so when Lakers called, it was like, and then now you gotta try to convince me the situation here in LA is what means you got a couch. So that's why I said, I'm negotiating right here now. I don't think you need me right now. You know what I mean? Captain the sessions right now. That's what I'm sounding like. I'm saying, and Martin, because I don't want to go there because March. I get a call from my agent talking about, Memphis is looking for backup, and they need you to come this weekend. Hey man, look, my son's birthday, man. So look, hey man, look. I'll be back at the birthday party, man. I ain't gonna come to folks. Worked out. They to them, but like, man, look, good luck this year, man. Y'all look good. Y'all look good, man. And then I'm to the airport, and then I get a call. They want to sign you right now. I appreciate that. Yeah, they got this right now.
Trash ass nigga. Yeah. Blue ass nigga. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'd be dumb to turn down 750 just to go back to City Orlando like this. So a couple of games like, all right, man. All right, man. And then turn around and sign that deal.
From very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
I'm happy you was playing. I seen shit, bro. That you don't know. I'm happy you was playing. I love you better. You wanted to chill. Yeah, I'm sure you was chilling. I'm giving you a with nothing
no. He's a 3 and D wing.
Now here is Davis. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The ball goes to the away team. And here's Charlotte. 4-point game. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That is his first foul of the game. His first personal foul. Second team. Maxey attacking. And Charlotte turns it over again. Into the lineup for your home. Here's James. Number 45. Donovan Mitchell. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Adebayo. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Ball goes to the away team. And here's Maxey. Here's Mourning. He's guarded by Adebayo. He couldn't stay in bounds, and that's going to be a turnover. .157 left in the first quarter. Now James. side for Davis. Shot clock at 6. Gay with no one around. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, this is Rudy Gay's game. Outstanding at seizing the initiative and then looking to shoot once he catches the ball.
Pass to Morning. Here's Holland. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Lays it up off the glass.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And stolen by Maxey. Here's James. Pass to Morning. The 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's James. Scoreless thus far. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Maxey. And it falls over the rim and in. Maxey's got his second basket.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Just 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Here's Coleman, and a wide-open look for James. Kept alive. Stolen by Gay. Here's Hawkins. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Now, here's Maxey. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Coming onto the floor for your home team, number 15.
Off the inbound pass. And it's Tina. And Banyama, that's for 2. Second shot opportunity. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Charlotte trailing. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Pass to Mitchell. Maxey with the block. Here's Holland. Gay with the block.
Using his length well on defense. Rudy Gay working hard. Swats that one away.
And Mitchell gets it to go.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Stolen away. A good look from James. Buries the jumper to finish the break.
I like that shot from Bronny. For his age, he's got a great basketball IQ. I wonder where that came from.
pass to Gay. Reeves outside. 6 to shoot. And here's Gay. No good on the triple. 1:16 left to play in the first half. James with it. Pass to Coleman. Back to James. Charlotte needs to get a shot. James is up. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Charlotte calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
.55 seconds left to play here in the half. James, the bounce pass. Davis inside. Over Wembanyama. Davis owning the inside.
In a league of guys who are extremely long, AD still stands out.
Cooper drills the three-pointer. Cooper's got the lead up to 1 now for Charlotte. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth. Oh, nice body.
Until now, game changer. You know, water screen heads, it's universal 250. We hear they have different size leads on it. They have a 3 and a 6. I went with the 6 because I know everything to do with your screen again. It's absolutely awesome. I don't know what took them so long to come up with these things. Remember the story. We talk about a lot of time KD is mentioned. And KD, he got a lot of man, he's tough. I think if there's one thing I got better than KD is probably was a better post-up play. Back to the rim. Back to the rim.
Well, when we talk about KD and the thing that LeBron, the main thing that LeBron was saying with the separator is his efficiency.
Yeah, the efficiency is I'm really referring to the type of ways I can score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can score it any way possible. Post, pick and roll, mid-range 3, off the down screen, off the flare. Like, I can score it every single way imaginable in basketball.
Well, this is a NBA Finals MVP, NBA champ, and top 75 player.
That's not the next message I was giving yesterday. It was coming in some craziness. I was like, I'm never been a scoring champ. I'm really talking about the different ways I can score. Yeah, cool. When you hear them say I had no weaknesses at all, it's not right? That's what I'm saying. I can score every way up, every spot on court. If you want to get away post like Kobe and Jordan, I had that in my game. If you want to Durant has him score teammate, I had all of that. 3-point shot off the dribble. Not off the spot up, I had all of that. Mid-range, step back from 3, step back from 2, spotlight, all of that. Yes, I'm
That's what you get for making us work on this holiday. Damian Lillard is also a guy who is an Achilles injury, and he was released by the Bucks earlier this week, staying posted after his status after the release, channeling some of his skills at the Lear space. They call it a gamble at this page. Tell them this the Jackpots hashtag and
That will grow too.
So, will a team be hitting the jackpot with it?
you kind of like, guard. I've seen guys come back from Achilles injuries, a la Durant. And let's see what happens with, Tatum come back. But these guys are like 6'6", 6'7" guys really. When you get it from a little guy, he isn't as explosive as these guys are. It's going to be a little more difficult because the guard position requires a little more speed. It requires a little more pump when you get to the basket. Whereas you're not 6'6", 6'7", 6'10", 6'11". I truly believe that they may be coming back to a backup situation. The way the league is going with these guards are a lot faster, and it's a young man's game. I understand it's going to be a step slow. I don't feel like you get older, the lift isn't there anymore. It's going to be tougher for him to finish at the rim. He's going to probably be more of a shooter at this stage of his career. But I would love to see him on the Celtics as a backup point guard. Doing some depth in occasions to start, I feel. But Dame is so great. It's just hard to see him go down this way. But I have to see how he responds to this Achilles injury. But if he comes back, I think, he'll have a couple more years. At the tender age of 34 to 35, it's going to be tough.
It's all about the injury, and I'm betting that he comes back fully healthy, even though his age is a little long in the tooth. I feel like he can still do some of the same things that he's done before if he's healthy. And when you start talking like that, you start to think about teams that he possibly play for, what makes the most sense. And for me, LA. You already know what I'm saying.
A shocking turn of events.
Check this out.
You want him for the Celtics, and you want him for the
I'm not just
guess what team I would like James to go to?
Miami.
The Miami.
No, Joy, check this out, bro. You just literally. But here's why I say the West Coast and the Lakers.
Trash, nigga.
And Minnesota needs somebody to help Atlanta. Celtics, hold on. The Celtics, that's a possibility. But here's why I say the West Coast. From the Bay Area, 45-minute flight. Family's still up in Portland right now. Okay? We need somebody else to run the point guard position for us in the future, because LeBron will eventually be gone in terms of that. So that opens up those sort of avenues for us. Plus, you led off saying he drops what? Bars? Mm-hmm. Well, do you want to be an athlete? Think about it. Well, he has a future in the rap game.
Yes, of course he does. He drops what? Bars?
Sound like a cornball. You know what? I sound like belong with the corny, so the internet just know that. Yeah, you're a long way from it. Hey, no, seriously though. If we were getting out here, it makes all the sense in the world. You understand what Paul has said. 35 years old, July, he turns 35, July 15th, so going to be a little older.
It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Cunningham's got 10 points now just in this quarter. James outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Here's Cunningham. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And it's blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Bowen.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's Charlotte. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And the home team has possession. They trail by 9 points. And Benyama onside. Intercepted. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Mashburn. Count it.
And whether it's from deep, inside, mid-range, Jamal Mashburn is at home as a scorer.
Inside. And Benyama. And when Benyama throws it down.
Opportunity that's just very solid offense.
And a wide open look.
Is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly.
I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Charlotte. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Fires away from way outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's deflected.
2 minutes remaining in this ball.
Puts up a deep three. Bowen, good. And Charlotte leads by 15. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Charlotte.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on their turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Deep Adebayo. Cat's in there. Davis with the assist.
Man, bigs like Adebayo got to drain shots to keep the defense honest. Nice to see him working on that part of his game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Fires the three. Tries again. And the shot goes down.
Bam connecting from the outside. That makes him scary when he's knocking down Jays.
Bay wide open, and he fires. No good on the three. Stolen. Maxey with it. Defended by Reeves. Fires from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
This one for three. Here's James. And he goes right over Sadiq Bey and spins it down.
Well, we've seen Davis expand his game. You can see it there with the playmaking.
Pass to Bey. Kicks it out to Maxey. Back to Bey. Clock at 6. Here's Bowen. And he's good on the three ball.
Reed.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, what about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.